it's Spence, the evil genius from Widget Laboratory with your lab secrets tip of the day. Today I've got a great one for you. It's called Nice Tooltips. Nice Tooltips allows you to set up content on your site that has links and allow you to have a custom popover bubble that lets you show some information about what you think is important as well as the URL of that link. Now, this can also be limited to show up only in certain sections of your site. So for example, right now I've got it set up so it only works within the blog posts. It doesn't work on the other links. They just have the ordinary helper tags for the title. It also doesn't work on the main navigation. Now, one of the things you could do to set this up is you can also change the style of the setting here. Instead of being a green bubble, we can do a little more contemporary look and change it to something more like a blue rectangle. So I'm going to show you how to do this in more detail, but let me just real quickly change it to demonstrate. Go ahead and save that, reload, and just to give you a quick idea what the styling difference looks like. When I roll over now, I get a nice little blue effect. Now, each of these two styles can be adjusted with CSS, but it's just a starting point. Lastly, I want to show you real quick what I meant. If I wanted to, instead of limiting it to just showing up inside of the main blog post, I can remove this parameter here. So now tooltips have a global setting, and I'll go ahead and update that file. And when I reload the page, now I've got it. So it'll apply to any of the links throughout the site. So it obviously shows here, but now notice it also works on any of the other links. There's different reasons you might want to do it one way or the other, but it's nice that you have the flexibility. All right, now let me show you how you set this up and install it. First of all, like any of our plugins, you'll go ahead and install them through the plugins menu in the admin dashboard using the add new menu. And that's just a regular zip file. We'll provide it for you from the plugin directory at labsecrets.com. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and activate it. And that's all standard stuff, so I won't waste your time. But what we want to do is change those two parameters. So in the plugins submenu, you're going to find the editor selection. When you click on that, you'll go to the right-hand side in the upper right corner, and you'll select Nice Tooltips. That's the one that you want to edit. Now, this editor is all black and white text, so it's a little harder. You got to be careful, but you can also use a standalone FTP program, and any other text editor will highlight it with red or blue or some other color. But I think you can get away with this. There's only two parameters to set here. So if you scroll down just past the instructions, you'll see here that we've got two things that you can change. First of all, there's a line that says, edit here, define tooltip 1 for bubble, 0 for sweet titles. And in this case, again, 0 is sweet titles, that's the blue. If I change that to a 1 and then scroll down and update the file, that'll make it back to that green bubble or whatever color you do in the CSS. Second choice is you scroll down a little farther. I'm highlighting here. See where it says enable tooltips. Well, they give you the syntax right here in the instructions too, but you just want to say which divide ID you want to limit this to. So if I was to do it just in, or limit it to, if I was going to do it just in the blog post, that is the divide called main. And I just want to make the syntax here exactly the same as the syntax here. And just to check it, I'll go ahead and save it. I want to show you how you can identify that. If you go into the main blog post or the main page and you use your Firebug, one of our primary tools, you'll notice that you can see the divide names here. So again, divide ID main highlights just the place where the blog posts are. I could go up a level to content and highlight the entire page. That'll be the right-hand sidebar as well. But in this case, as I showed you, I just want the main. And so what I do is took that main name and I installed it right in here using the right syntax, and then I saved it. So basically that's the full installation and adjustment. Everything else from here would be normal CSS, and you can style it like any of the elements on your site. It's a nice little feature if, for example, you've got a need to have some kind of special tips, like if you're doing a series of blog posts with tutorials, you can edit the title to put in whatever you want. And the way you do that is you go into the blog post editor, and any of the links that you want to have edited, you just go ahead and highlight here and go ahead and click on your link tool. Just change the title to whatever you want and the link to whatever you want, and you're done.